What is the difference between a Gin Fizz and a Tom Collins? And which one is even better? Today we're going to talk about two very similar drinks, the Gin Fizz and the Tom Collins. What is Gin Fizz? Well, fizz is a traditional drink, usually a sour and with a bit of soda water or sparkling water added on top to create this effervescent, bubbly fizz kind of quality to it. Without the fizz, it wouldn't really be a Gin Fizz. It'll be like, it'll be some other drink. And the Tom Collins, I love the story of how the name Tom Collins came to be. It's kind of funny. It might not be the first original name of the Tom Collins, but apparently back in 1874, there was this practical joke going around, this hoax, this sending someone on a wild goose chase kind of thing. So the practical joke goes something like this. You're walking down the street, and all of a sudden, someone comes up to you, and they're like, "Hey, Tom Collins at the bar right now, he's talking shit about you." And then you'll get all, like, worked up. It's like, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna show that Tom Collins that I'm gonna have him say it to my face, or something like that. I don't know what people say back then. So you go all the way to the bar, and you look for this Tom Collins person. You go up to the bartender, and you're like, "Bartender, where's Tom Collins?" And then he serves you up a drink. Yeah, because there was no Tom Collins person in existence. Well, there most certainly was a Tom Collins person in existence, but it was a practical joke. It was very funny. Let's make these two very similar drinks. I'm going to start out with a Gin Fizz. So, Gin Fizz. Two glasses that are currently being chilled. I don't usually chill my glasses because I'm not a traditionalist like that. I'm using the same glasses for both drinks, and then we'll compare them. I think that's a proper way to evaluate the two beverages. There's a lot of recipes out there for Gin Fizz and Tom Collins with slight variations of blah blah blah. I'm going to be using Tanqueray Gin, this little adorable bottle. I hope there's enough to do the whole demonstration, or else I don't know what I would do. Gin Fizz, you got 2 ounces of gin. Party. You just get a little dash of lemon juice. Some recipes say you could substitute with lime. Go right ahead, try that as well. The dash. Is that a dash? I'm gonna say that's the dash. 1 teaspoon of really fine sugars, like castor sugar is good. So you could also use simple syrup, but I'm gonna follow this recipe because why not? Half a tablespoon of this sugar. Party. I'm gonna grab some ice. What I should have done is add some ice to this beforehand. Also, not using a proper scoop. This is a smaller shaker tin. Shake it. Some recipes call for egg whites. It would obviously make the drink much more frothy. Gin Fizz, egg whites are optional. Tom Collins, I've never heard egg whites in a Tom Collins. So that is one good distinction. Just top it off with some soda water. I'm using SodaStream soda water. I think that's quite nice. Just give it a little bubbly. Get that at home. So there you go. That's the Gin Fizz. Not as fizzy as I want it to be, but I'm sure it'll taste pretty good. That's the Gin Fizz. Now, let's get started with the Tom Collins. So, what goes into a Tom Collins? It's essentially the same thing. It's gin, lemon juice, sugar, simple syrup is what this recipe of Tom Collins calls for, and soda water. So, this recipe calls for 1.5 ounces of gin. Actually, where did I put mine? Make it in a clear glass. Sort of see the ingredients come together. It's 1 ounce and a half. Oh, barely. And then it calls for 1 ounce of lemon juice. And then I got here some simple syrup. Just 1/2 ounce of it. Oh Lord. So this is going to be the Tom Collins. You can already tell that it looks very similar. It's got a slightly higher volume of lemon juice, so it creates more. So in a way you get less of the club soda. Less of the fizz, I guess, is the distinction. There you go. Ooh, it actually turned out fizzier. I don't know. I literally don't know what I'm doing. Finish it with a piece of lemon wedge. I'm going to dunk this one right in so we could actually tell which drink is which. So I got here for you the Gin Fizz and the Tom Collins. Let's give it a taste. Ooh. It's very potent. You could definitely taste the gin. Tom Collins is much more refreshing in terms of everything being balanced out a little bit more. I find that if you are using a high quality gin, you would want to make a Gin Fizz so you can actually get the gin flavor right up in there, right up in the palate. If you're using sort of a lower quality gin, make a Tom Collins. Go home, give it a test, let me know what you think, leave a comment, and I'd love to hear from you, and subscribe if you want to sort of see more of these wacky, similar cocktail comparisons that I'm gonna do. Alright, adios.